The Legend of the Christmas Candle. Once upon a time, in a little village nestled in the rolling hills of Germany, there lived a kind old woman named Frau Holle. Every Christmas, she would place a special candle in her window. This wasn't just any candle. It was a magical Christmas candle that had been passed down through generations in her family. The candle was tall and white, with a golden flame that flickered brightly. When lit, it was said to bring good luck, happiness, and warmth to all who saw its light. The villagers loved Frau Holle's candle and looked forward to seeing its glow every year. They believed it was a sign of hope and joy, a beacon that brought the spirit of Christmas to their small village. One snowy December evening, as Christmas Eve approached, Frau Holle prepared to light her special candle. She carefully placed it in the window and lit the wick. The golden flame danced merrily, casting a warm, comforting glow throughout her cozy little house. The light shone brightly through the falling snow, creating a magical scene that seemed to come straight out of a fairy tale. That same night, a poor family in the village was feeling very sad. They had no money to buy presents or food for Christmas. The mother, father, and their 3 children huddled together in their small, cold home, wishing for a miracle to make their Christmas bright. They had been struggling for months, and the thought of a cold, cheerless Christmas weighed heavily on their hearts. As the night grew darker, the youngest child, a little girl named Lot, looked out the window and saw the bright light of Frau Holle's Christmas candle shining in the distance. "Look, Mama! Look, Papa!" she exclaimed, pointing to the glowing light. "There's a beautiful candle in Frau Holle's window. It's so bright and warm." The family gathered around the window to see the magical light. The sight of the glowing candle brought a spark of hope to their hearts. They decided to visit Frau Holle and ask if they could sit by her candle for a while, just to feel its warmth and see its light up close. They hoped that the magical candle would bring them some of the joy and comfort they so desperately needed. The family bundled up in their warmest clothes and trudged through the snow to Frau Holle's house. The snowflakes fell gently around them, covering the village in a blanket of white. When they arrived, Frau Holle welcomed them with a kind smile. Come in," she said. "It's too cold to be outside. Warm yourselves by my fire and enjoy the light of the Christmas candle." As the family sat by the fire, Frau Holle shared stories of Christmases past and how the magical candle had brought joy and blessings to many people over the years. The children's eyes sparkled with wonder as they listened to her tales. She told them about a time when the candle had helped a lost traveler find his way home, and another time when it had brought peace to quarreling neighbors. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Frau Holle opened it to find a mysterious stranger standing in the snow. He was tall and dressed in a long, dark cloak with a hood that hid his face. The stranger carried a large sack over his shoulder. "Good evening," the stranger said in a deep, gentle voice. "I have traveled far and wide, seeking the light of the Christmas candle. May I come in and rest for a while?" Frau Holle, always kind and hospitable, invited the stranger inside. He sat by the fire and took off his hood, revealing a kind, wise face. The family and Frau Holle listened as the stranger shared stories of his travels and the many people he had met along the way. He spoke of distant lands and different cultures, all united by the magic of Christmas. As the night went on, the stranger reached into his sack and pulled out beautiful gifts for each member of the family. There were toys for the children, warm clothes for the parents, and a special, glowing ornament for Frau Holle's Christmas tree. The children squealed with delight as they unwrapped their presents, their eyes wide with amazement. "These gifts are from the spirit of Christmas," the stranger said. "They are given with love and joy to bring happiness to your hearts." The family was overwhelmed with gratitude. They thanked the stranger and Frau Holle for their kindness. As they prepared to leave, the stranger handed Frau Holle a small golden candle. "This is a gift for you," he said. "It is a new Christmas candle, filled with the same magic and light as the one you have now. May it continue to bring joy and hope to all who see its glow." Frau Holle accepted the gift with tears of joy in her eyes. She placed the new candle in her window, where it shone even brighter than the old one. The family returned home, their hearts filled with happiness and their spirits lifted by the kindness they had received. From that day on, the villagers would gather at Frau Holle's house every Christmas Eve to see the magical Christmas candle and share in the warmth and joy it brought. The legend of the Christmas candle spread far and wide, reminding everyone that even the smallest light can bring hope and happiness to those in need. As the years passed, Frau Holle's house became a place of pilgrimage for people from distant lands. They came to see the magical candle and experience the kindness and generosity that Frau Holle and her village were known for. The candle's light seemed to grow brighter with each passing year, its magic touching the hearts of all who beheld it. One year, a terrible storm swept through the village just before Christmas. The wind howled and the snow fell thick and fast, cutting off the village from the outside world. The villagers huddled in their homes, fearing the worst. But Frau Holle's candle, as always, stood steadfast in her window, its golden flame unwavering. That night, as the storm raged on, a group of travelers lost their way in the blizzard. They stumbled through the snow, cold and hungry, their spirits sinking with each passing hour. Just when they thought they could go no further, they saw a warm, golden light shining through the snow. "It's the Christmas candle," one of the travelers exclaimed. "We're saved." They followed the light to Frau Holle's house, where they were welcomed with open arms. The villagers, too, came together to help the travelers, sharing what little food and warmth they had. The spirit of Christmas filled the house, and the storm seemed to lose its power in the face of such kindness and generosity. The next morning, the storm had passed, and the village was blanketed in a peaceful, white silence. The travelers, now warm and well-fed, thanked Frau Holle and the villagers for their kindness. They marveled at the power of the Christmas candle, which had guided them to safety and brought them into the heart of a community filled with love. From that day on, the legend of the Christmas candle grew even stronger. It became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the light of kindness and generosity can guide us to safety and bring us together. And so, every Christmas, we remember the story of Frau Holle and her magical candle. We learn that kindness and generosity are the true spirit of Christmas. When we help others and share what we have, we can light up the world with love and joy, just like the Christmas candle. Moral of the story: we learned that kindness and generosity are what make Christmas truly special. When we help others and share what we have, we can bring happiness and warmth to everyone around us, just like the magical Christmas candle. Let us always remember to be kind and generous, and to spread love and joy wherever we go.